Finding Madeira é um livro sobre a beleza e a magnitude da Ilha da Madeira. Temos connosco o autor do livro, Devin Meireles, que nos vai falar da sua obra. Devin, muito bem-vindo à OMNI.
Obrigado.
Pode-nos falar um bocadinho de como se inspirou para escrever este livro?
A inspiração foi múltiplas visitas para a Ilha da Madeira e todas as vezes que fui para a ilha tinha uma outra coisa que conhece maravilhosa da ilha. So with those discoveries, every time I came back home, there were memories that I wanted to keep and a collection of photos and videos. And after so many years of collecting photos and journaling everything and writing travel journals, I decided to share the beauty of the island of Madeira with everybody. So I wrote a book about finding love in Madeira, and most importantly, it's a travel guide about Madeira.
No livro menciona que encontrar a Madeira foi como encontrar um amor à primeira vista. Pode-nos falar um bocadinho do momento que teve mais impacto quando chegou à ilha?
O início, quando cheguei na ilha, fui embora do aeroporto e cheguei no terra lá e vi o terra e o maravilhoso, o água e tudo a terra, mesmo perto. E disse, wow, isso é uma maravilha, it's wonderful. So it was that first landing when I got there. That was my first impression, just wow, this is magnificent. And then as we drove into the city and, we made it to our accommodations, and you're riding along the Via Rápida, and you get there and you see the bay, and I remember just flying, hovering over the mountains on the road, saying to myself, I want to be down there, it looks amazing down there. And when we got down there, we got out of the car, and I breathed in the fresh air from Funchal, and we see the marina and the birds and the nature. I said, wow, like it was fun. It felt like a homecoming, but I was never there before. And it's one of those feelings where you just feel like you're right where you should be. This is the place. And that was where I discovered, like, wow, I belong here.
Qual foi a maior adversidade que encontrou ao escrever este livro?
A maior adversidade foi, eu sou micalense, a minha família é dos Açores, e tem muitas, there's lots of things that are comparable across the islands. Mas the biggest thing was learning the culture and the nuances specifically to Madeira. Because I've been to the mainland, continent, and I've been to Azores, but you go to Madeira, it's similar, but it's different. And getting familiar with the way things are there and the culture and how the people are, that was, I won't say it was a huge feat, but it was something to get accustomed to, had to adjust. And then just the mountainous regions. You got to be ready for anything in Madeira. So I recall one day, in my book I do talk about this, one day, shorts and t-shirt, you're on the bay, beautiful weather, all loving it, and then you decide to climb up the mountain. We went to Pico de Arieiro. We climb up, I got up there, and my shorts and the t-shirt weren't enough. I was freezing cold up there. Be ready for anything in Madeira. Weather change, different altitudes, and that was some adversity I had to get familiar with. It's like, be ready for anything there.
Portugal foi considerado o melhor destino da Europa de novo. Achas que o teu livro vai contribuir para esta escolha?
Sim, claro. Eu penso que Portugal é muito sexy agora e todos os turistas querem ir para Portugal e conhecer Portugal mais. E meu livro vai contribuir para conhecer Madeira e Portugal mais intimately com a minha história.
Qual é a mensagem que pretende passar para o público com este livro?
Obviamente, vai para Madeira. Book a flight to Madeira, go check it out, or at the very least, go to Portugal, recognize Portugal. It's a beautiful place. Whether you choose the continent or the beauty of the islands, there's a lot to explore and discover. And with my book, you'll get a sense, you'll feel the love story that is how I fell in love with Madeira, but it's going to inspire you to go and book your next trip and go to Madeira for New Year's or next summer, explore something different.
Pode-nos falar de um momento marcante durante esta aventura que foi na Ilha da Madeira?
Os sabores da Ilha da Madeira, o poncha, obviamente, mas muita comida a conhecer e comer pela primeira vez, mas eu gosto muito da natureza e foi dia que nós fomos para o Cabo Girão, one of the highest peaks in Europe, and it was that moment that you climb out on that landing, you're overlooking a cliff and all you see is the nature and you're one with the birds, they're flying against the wind and you're up there, and it's just like, you know, it gives you the agoniage, like, oh my God. But when you get there and you just let go and just live in the moment, that was one of the moments where I said, this is it.
Devin, não posso deixar de perguntar, gostarias de dia viver permanentemente na Madeira?
Yes, esse é o meu sonho de meu e se Deus quiser, eu vai viver em Madeira or at least Portugal at some capacity, at some point in my life, yeah.
Existe algum plano para novo livro no futuro?
Livro, not yet, mas I'm continuing to write. I write articles, I have a blog. A lot of my inspiration comes from Portuguese heritage, so that is the catalyst to a lot of my writing. I have, like I said, a blog, Instagram. I share a lot of my prose on there. But book-wise, there is something, hopefully in the future, but nothing immediately planned at the moment. So.
Muito obrigada por ter vindo.
E obrigado pelo convite.
Devin Meireles, autor do livro Finding Madeira, livro que retrata a beleza da Ilha da Madeira. Vamos voltar após curto intervalo. Até já.